As a musician, you're always trying to get the most out of your time, and that is by increasing your productivity. So I'm going to share 5 tips to help you improve on your productivity as a musician. The very first one is try your best not to multitask. Do not multitask, because you end up spreading yourself thin if you're worrying about multiple things at the same time. So I highly suggest that you focus on one thing at a time and get it over and done with, and then you move on to the next thing. The very second thing that I recommend to improve your productivity is to start with the most difficult thing first and then end with the easiest low-hanging fruit, because efficiency is usually highest when you're starting off on any task. So you want to do the most difficult thing. I generally wake up early just to do the mixing, because I find that it takes up the most of my brain when I do it. So I try to do mixing and that type of work in the morning, and then towards the end then I'll be making beats, because I find it easier to be making beats versus mixing the beats. The very third thing that I highly suggest is put your phone in another room or turn it off or use flight mode. The reason you want to do this is because your phone is actually a very big distraction, especially if you got notifications. So part of this one, you could also turn off your notifications on your phone so that you only go to your phone when you actually want to go to your phone, but primarily you want to limit yourself from getting any notifications from your phone. Number 4 is to create a content calendar. Basically, you want to not have to think too much about what content you're posting on one day, so you make a content calendar. The way this works is you have 7 days a week, Monday to Sunday, and then on the specific day you primarily want to release a specific video linked to a theme. So for example, on Thursday you always want a throwback, so Throwback Thursday is the hashtag typically, or Flashback Friday. You want to be throwing back, so you know that every Thursday you're going to be using some old piece of content that you probably released a year or more ago. Monday, you might think of something different. Monday, Motivational Monday. So you might be, if you're a rapper, rap something about motivation. It doesn't have to be very long, because 30 seconds is how long these short form videos are. So focus on making thematic days with themes that you know on a Monday that I'm posting this type of content, on a Thursday I'm posting this type of content, and on a Wednesday. I know on a Friday I typically make a YouTube video and then I definitely post it by the Sunday, or I make it on the Sunday. So you want to do this type of theme content calendar. Number 5 is a concept that was introduced to me called content buckets. So the way these content buckets work is typically you don't want to run out of ideas, so this helps you create those ideas and works really well with the content calendar. So the content bucket is you want to have about 5 groups of things that you are posting, and then you jot down 10 ideas for those 5 overarching themes. So for example, if you are me and you're a music producer and an artist yourself, you might say, okay, on Monday I am teaching something similar to what I do on my YouTube channel, which is YouTube education, on one content bucket, and then I'll have 10 things in there. So I'm going to just focus on my YouTube channel because it's going to get complicated to give an example. So on my YouTube channel, I cover typically 5 things. I cover what SAMRO does, I cover what Capasso does, I cover what SAMPRA does, I cover what RISA does, and then I also have a general marketing tips and other information that I share. So that is 5 topics that I have covered in my channel. So for the first SAMRO bucket, I have how to register, when to register, what to do after you've registered, example, etc, etc. And then on the inspirational ones, I'll have these top 5 type tips. So this video is part of that 5. And then you want to have 5 themes and then have 10 videos in those 5 themes. Then you know you more or less have about 50 videos, 5 times 10, and then you'll have your content figured out somewhat for the rest of the year. So content buckets are really powerful once you get going. I'll probably make a separate video explaining how to create a content buckets for musicians and give you some other ideas on how to go about making these type of videos. But if you want to know how many streams you need to make 1,000 Rand, watch this video.